Hey everyone, this is John from Civil Center and welcome to our channel. As we know, Civil Center is continuously working with the vision to guide civil engineering student and professional. For that, we have started this series in Tekla Structures, and in Tekla Structures, we have covered a lot of things like we have covered the reinforcement detailing of the RCC building. So we have also covered the complete modeling, detailing, and the general arrangement drawing preparation for the steel structures. But while working on the RCC building, we have missed one thing, and that was the staircase. So in today's class, we are going to discuss about the staircase. So this will include a video series of 3 videos in which first will be of the modeling of the staircase, then we will go for the reinforcement detailing of the staircase, and the third video will be of BVS of the staircase along with the general arrangement drawing. Okay, so here we are going to start the first class. And guys, if you want to join our professional training related to the design or detailing of buildings, or even the estimation or 3D modeling, or even the planning, then you will find a number on the screen and you can simply WhatsApp and or call on that number, and I will be there to assist you. Okay, so let's start today's class. So guys, first of all, we have to go with the modeling of the staircase. But what we have to model, that is the first question. So I have already made a video on how you can plan a staircase, and when we have the plan of that staircase, then we can easily do the modeling. Okay, so I will like briefly summarize you that video, and after that we can start with this one. Okay, so I will also give you the link of that video. Okay, so don't worry about that. But first of all, let's start with this one. Okay, so here is the video that I was talking about. So in this video, I have explained you what is the plan of the staircase, what is the width of the landing, which is the landing portion, which is the going portion, and in which direction we have to plan the staircase. So mostly it is on the clockwise direction. Okay, so we have to plan in that way. Okay, now from where you are going to take the considerations, what is straight, what is riser, each and everything has been discussed in detail in that video, and that video link will be given by the end of this a particular session. Okay, so you can see the riser can lie anywhere between the 150 mm to 190 mm. So we have considered a 150 mm riser. Okay, and according to that, we have considered the length of the goings and what should be the number of the risers. Okay, same we can do with the treads. Then what is the tread? So tread lies anywhere between around 300 mm. Okay, so we are going to go for a tread of 300 mm. So basically these things apply when we are planning a like residential building. So I am taking the considerations for that, and most of the projects that you are going to get in the beginning of your career will be of the residential buildings. So we have to go accordingly. Okay, so how to calculate each and everything, that has been discussed in the video. You can just go to the end of this video and you will find the link over there. If you don't know how to plan the staircase, you can just check it out from there. Okay, so from here we can just see that the width of the landing should be 2.2 meter. Okay, and the landing should be of 1.2 meter. Why I am telling all this, you will understand in just a moment. Okay, now the going should be of 3 meter, and the landing again will be of 1.2 meter. Okay, so that is the thing that we have to discuss, and then we have the length of the total staircase, that is 5.4 meter. Okay, so let's go to the Tekla structures, and over there we will learn what are the considerations that we have to take and how we have to model this staircase. So for that, guys, we have an application. So all you have to do is to go to the application box over there. But before that, we will play a little bit with the grid lines so that we can have a proper perspective of what we are going to do. Okay, so first of all, double click on the grid lines, and over there just modify this grid line. Okay, so to modify that, what we have to do, we have to just adjust the x, y, and z coordinate of the system. So first thing that I have to do, I have to go for the like this one, that is the z direction. In that we have the 3200 over here. Then what we have to do, we have to go with the x and the y direction. So this is the x direction, and I'm going to deal with this one. Okay, so first of all, I will have to adjust this side. So earlier we know that the length of the staircase is 5.4 meter. Okay, so I'm just going to adjust the grid line accordingly. So this will be 5.4 meter. So let's go for a single line of 5.4 meter, that is 5400. And over here, what we have to do, we have to go for another thing, that is 2.2 meters should be the width. Okay, so we should also have this x y coordinate is 2.2200. Okay, and this 5400 will be in this x direction. So let's say 5400. Okay, now let's click on modify, and you can see we have this base where we have to create the staircase. Okay, so that is one thing that we have to do. Okay, now we can also just restrict this, or we can also extend this, that is up to our choice. Okay, so we don't have to worry about that. So even if we will have some extra grid lines, that will be of no harm. Okay, or you can just do one more thing. You can just give the height of the landing also. Okay, or that is not very much necessary. Now what we have to do, we have to just create a view. Whatever is necessary, we can simply go ahead and create that. So along the grid lines, first of all, we will check whether we have the views or not. So we have the view along the grid line 2. So go to the view list and grid 1. Okay, so that is the view. Okay, that was needed. So all I was needing was this view. So let's come over here. Now we have to go to the application and component box, and there we have to look for the application that can model the staircase. So we have this reinforced concrete stair, and you can also type it as reinforcement application number 95. So just click over here and then select a point. Like you can see, we are getting an option of pick position. So all we have to do is to pick the position where I want to apply this. Okay, so first of all, I will just pick the position, then I will pick the end position, and after that I will just click on the middle button of my mouse, and that will be done. Okay, so it is taking a little bit of the time over here, so we will have to be a little patient over here. Okay guys, so if you have any kind of question, you can simply write that in the comment section, and if you are liking this video, then hit the like button and share it with your friends and colleagues. Okay, now we can see this application box is open over here. So right now I don't need this application box. First of all, I will have to create the staircase. So like this, I can simply create it. Okay, now what I have to do, I have to modify this staircase, and for that I will just double click over here and it will be modified. So let's click on the staircase. And the application like the properties box will open up, where we can change the properties of this staircase. Okay, so guys, you can see this is the property box, and here we are getting a lot of options that like the parameters, parts, stairs and landings, ridges and everything is clear over here. And what we have to do, we have to simply make the changes in all these things so that we can modify our staircase. So we can clearly define each and everything. So the length that I was talking about, you can simply go for the length of the landing at this place. Okay, so I will have to decide the length of the landing first. So for that, I will come over here. Okay, so what was the length of the landing that we have discussed? That we can just find out from here. So the landing was 1.2 meter and 1.2 meter, then the going was of 3 meters. Okay, that is clear. So I am going to write 3 meters over here. So let's come to the parameters, and over here we will write it 3 meters. Okay, so we have already defined all the parameters over here. So now I am just going to explain all these parameters to you. So here I have selected the slab thickness as 100 mm, and then this landing as 1200 mm. Okay, so that I have selected. Okay, Then this height I don't need. Okay, so I have not defined this one. Okay, I've kept it 0. This hole was 3 meters, so I am just putting it as a 3000 then this height was 1500 okay, and this length of this going, okay, that was sorry, the width of the going was 1000 and all the modifications are right over here. Okay, so now what I have to do, I have to, and I've already shown you how you can decide the length and the height of the tread and riser. So tread is 300 and this riser is 150 okay, so this is the thing that you have to define, and now you can also select what kind of like P1 you want. Okay, so that can also be defined from here. If you want some particular type of P1, then you can just start it from here. Okay, so that will not be an issue. Okay, so this you can see this is clearly visible to you. Now same thing you can do for P2, like what kind of P2 you want. Like if you want this type of P2, then you can just make it like this. Okay, and even for the P1, I guess you will have some kind of option. Okay, so this is the P1. If you want this kind of P1, then you can also go with this P1. Okay, so that will not be an issue. So this is 1200 again. Okay, and this P2 is 1200 again. Okay, so if you want to click on modify, then you can just click on modify and it will be changed over here. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to just wait for a while and you will see the changes are happening in your model. Okay, so now you can clearly see the P1 and P2. Now if you want to just go with another type of P1, okay, then you can also go with that. Like if you want to go with this kind of P1, then you can simply go ahead and click on modify and you can see that your P1 will be modified in this manner. Okay, so that will not be an issue. Whatever the specifications you are selected over here, that will be with you. Okay, so that is not an issue. Okay, so P1 and P2, all the things are modified now. Now the only thing is over here, you can see that there is some kind of angle that has been given over here. Okay, so it is chamfered end and you can also go ahead and change those chamfered end, but it is taking a lot of time for this session. But still I will just go for a single moment and see what can I do for you. Okay, so a staircase and landing, that can be selected from here. I will just give you a brief introduction of all the things over here. Okay, so if you want to make some kind of changes, then you can also use this kind of changes. For ridges, you can just go for the ridges that are present over here. You want to make it 90-degree, you can just make it 90-degree over. Stingers that you can see over here, this can also be changed. Okay, if you want to like put in kind of a stinger over here, then you can just do that. Stinger bars are also there and you have the option for doing that. Then anti-skid and everything, what kind of like a staircase you want to make, you can simply suggest that. Bars we will discuss in the next class. Okay, because our next class is going to be totally about the reinforcement detailing. Okay, so all these things will be discussed in the next session. Till then, if you want to know anything else, then you can simply just write that in the comment section and I am going to make a particular video on that. And for now, one more thing I can do, I can just complete the modeling of the staircase. So for the modeling purpose, you can see what I can do. I can simply select this staircase and go to the move. Okay, I'm just going to close it for now. Okay, then we have the option of the move. I will just grab the point which I want to move. Okay, this point I want to move to here. So here it has been moved like this. Now if I will just go for the 3D view, okay, then you can see my staircase has been created like this. Okay, but one more thing is there, we have to create the staircase in this direction also, and so that they can move up to 3000. Okay, so for that what we can do, we can simply go our switch our view first. Okay, then the next thing is we have to select this one and everything will be specified like that. Okay, so it has been clearly modified. Now what I'm going to do, I will just go in the 3D view. Okay, and over here I'm just going to move this again. Okay, so to move it like this, what I have to do, I will just check the specifications also. Okay, so for that I'm just going to double click on that and the specifications will open up, so you can see that whatever I have modified for the last settings, that has been clearly gone. And so I will just explain you the settings again. That is not an issue. Okay, so what I have to do, I have to set the height first. So first of all, I will just turn off the reinforcement so that it can be easy for us to just do the modifications. Okay, so for that, create rebars is the option, and what we have to do, I have to just go over there and click on no. Okay, and by the time it is working like this, I'm just going to change it. Okay, so our risers are of 150 and we have to multiply that by 9, and so it will be 1350. So this height will be 1350. Okay, so click on no, and this is 1350. Okay, so let's wait over here. Yeah, this we can change. This should be 150, this should be 300. That is good. Over here it will be 100 then the type I have to choose, and the type would be, okay, so we have to go with this P2 type. This is 100. In the P1 I will go with this type is good. P1, this was 1200. Okay, now I don't need any kind of gap over here, so I'm just going to make it 0. I don't want the same thing to happen over here. So this is 170 Okay, I can just leave it like that. Then what is the next thing? This is 200. That is good. Then this should be 1300. I will just click on modify over here so that it can do the modification at this place. I'll also show you how you can move this. Okay, because we have to finally move this whole staircase so that it can come into position as well. Okay, so now you can see it has been modified in the manner I wanted. Okay, now I will also extend the slab and everything, but for that just wait for a while. Okay, now I have to select this staircase over here, and I will have to move it. Let's click on apply also so that it can be applied. And then what I have to do, I have to simply move this. Okay, so for that I'm just going to check the direction. So this is X direction, this is Y direction. I will have to move it in the linear way in Y direction. So I will go for linear, and dy I have to move it by 1200. So click on move, and then again cancel, and you can see there is some kind of gap over here. Okay, so this gap should not be there. Okay, so I will just click it like this, click on move, grab the point, this one, and bring it over here. And this is it is of equal. Then I can just click on move again, grab this point and bring it at the exact place where I want it. Now this P1 needs to be modified over here. So it is 150, so I'll make it 100. This is 1200. This is again P2 should be 1200. The heights, okay, this length and this length, this should also be changed. So for that I can just go with P2 and vertical distances. So this is 1350. Okay, now this should be like lesser than the previous one. Okay, so I'm just going to change that also. Okay, so I will just check it from here. So this should be 1 meter and length should be 3 meter. Okay, so this should 3000 and this is 1. Okay, now click on modify. and we'll see all the modifications present over here. Okay, so it should be marked in just a moment. Now you can see after the modification it has been moved a little bit, so that is not an issue. We can just bring it to the original place. Okay, so this is where it belongs. So I have brought it to the original place over here, and there should be an spacing in between these two also. Okay, so for that I will just move it 20 mm. Okay, so that is the thing that I have to move, but for now we are just starting with the basics, so we will not go in that much detail. Okay, so for today the staircase is done. Okay, and the modeling is here complete. Okay, I will have to move it once more. To the end point. Let's check. Let's check from the other views also. So we'll check for view 2. That is a grid line. Okay, so this is clearly modified. Okay, so now guys, we can say that our staircase is kind of ready. Okay, and we can go with this kind of staircase. Okay, so guys, that was all for today, and we will meet for the reinforcement detailing of the staircase in the next class. Till then, take care, and we will join you soon. Thank you.